What up, everybody? This is Jay Salee, and you're tuned in to Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
And I'm Melissa Ford, a.k.a. the Curve Queen.
Yo, what's up, y'all? It's me, Giovanni. Hold up.
What the hell
Anyway,
is
that's my call sign.
So, you know, driving over, I was looking at the price of gas. You know what I thought about?
What?
Nelly's having tax problems. I mean, we're just going to jump around. So today in the news, Nelly is having a hard time. Uncle Sam is coming for the coins.
Yeah, but his fans seem to have come to his defense, and they are trying to stream something like 281,714,000 blah, blah, blah.
Well, we didn't talk about the problem first.
Oh, well, the tax man's coming for him.
But do you know how much he's in debt?
$2.4 million in tax owed to the IRS for income for the year 2013, I believe.
Now, some would say that Uncle Sam is just catching up with Nelly. I would say God saw him try to slap me. And now karma is finding its destination. I mean, not to make any joke of it. I mean, it's sad. You know, Nelly was on top of his game at some point. I mean, he was able to pay you to model his jeans. And I'm sure that was pretty pricey.
Still getting checks from that?
No.
Okay.
It's been a really long time.
Well, apparently Nelly's not getting checks from it either because he has problems with Uncle Sam.
Is that the complete total, or is it like penalties and fees on?
It started out as like 135,000, then grew to 150,000, and then now all of a sudden it's 2.5 million.
Oh my God,
that's a little crazy. But he's not the first, celebrity to, kind of get hemmed up by the tax
but
man.
He's the one that we're talking about.
He is. I remember when the Black Eyed Peas, their bill was something like $10 million or something. I could be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But I remember that being kind of like
the Black Eyed Peas, like, no shade. They can come together, form a reunion tour, and pay that shit off in 2 shows.
I don't understand. Is it just them saying like, oh shit, fuck this, I ain't paying these back taxes? Or is it like
I mean, of course, the press release is going to probably blame it on the accountant because you either blame it on that or the alcohol in my case. But I think for Nelly, the crazy thing is that when I got the story, my writer said, should we run it? I was like, of course, it's news. We have to talk about, not that it's Nelly because we don't hate Nelly. We have to talk about what people are talking about. So we posted it and the comments were fucking hilarious. People, our fans, first of all, shout out to all the fans of Hollywood Unlocked and Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored because y'all are messy and petty as hell. They went on the Instagram and they were like, Miss Jackson going to be like, hey, Floyd Big Head.
Oh, that's jacked up.
And the crazy part is that, the sad part of it all is that I think he lives in an apartment, so he can afford to pay some taxes.
What?
Wait, I don't believe that.
That's what I heard.
But wait, can't they just like go on his bank account and take and garnish whatever he owes?
Well, apparently,
they just did that to my girl literally 2 days ago.
Well, apparently, as Melissa was saying, his fans, shout out to his fans because your fans will carry you through. They started this campaign to stream Hot in Here. I don't know why they selected that song, but maybe because it was hot.
Wait, that song is actually in this commercial that's always running, Hot in Here. Hot in Here.
I don't know about. We're not promoting that.
No, I'm just saying. But like that's
Cheerios
just
commercial.
It's
with the bumblebee.
No, that's not that. It's a new commercial. But anyway, I say that to say that it's a commercial that's running right now that I always see. That should be able to, help.
Yeah, but $2.5 million is not an easy feat. I mean, it's a big deal. So they're trying to create this campaign. I think if they're going to be successful, they need to create a GoFundMe account because at least people will be able to see the needle turning. I mean, I don't know. But shout out to Nelly. Hopefully he's able to fix those issues because we definitely don't want to see him arrested.
Yeah, the tax man will come for your ass.
Let's think about that.
I'm all paid up.
What would happen if the police arrested Nelly? Like, would Miss Jackson stick around?
She been there this long?
I mean, she stayed with Floyd when he went to jail.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah.
But Floyd pays all his taxes, so.
Oh, Floyd. I could imagine what his taxes would be if he got
Floyd could be the TTT, the tax team. Because when I remember once he got this $32 million check and I was looking at it, of course I was trying to figure out how to steal it and rewrite my name. But in it, he paid his taxes and he's paid like $25 million, I think, over last year in taxes or something like that.
Sheesh.
That figure crazy. Just makes my head spin.
But when you make $280 million in 36 minutes, I mean, it all kind of balances itself out.
Slightly.
Damn, I hate Floyd. Fucking Floyd. Okay.
Yeah, fuck you, Floyd.
So Derrick Rose. What's going on with Derrick Rose?
Well, Derrick Rose is in the middle of a civil suit that's been filed against him. A young lady has accused him of rape. Well, he's basically saying it couldn't have been rape because Swaggy P was, banging that, and she's not as,
What's up with all these NBA dudes dry snitching? Remember last season we had the LA Laker, what was his name? D'Angelo Russell, who videotaped Nick Young.
Well, Nick Young is steady catching L's. Like his teammates do not hold, or his friends in the NBA do not hold water. Swaggy P, do yourself a favor and keep your dirt underneath your fingernails and stop letting your homies know your business because they keep telling on you.
But it's not just the ladies in his life where he's having an L. You know, Chris Brown, when he got arrested the other day or last week, he went on that video tangent. He went on the video tangent saying, yo, blood, you got to get out the neighborhood because you're making the block hot. like Nick Young is straight snitching on people.
And leave Paloma Ford alone, too.
No, I think Paloma Ford, she needs a man in her life.
Yeah, she get my boy Dom.
Dom who?
Black Tuxedo, the songwriter. Fuck Chris.
That's not who she's hopping out the car with late night at Boots Bellow. So shout out to Paloma. Love Paloma.
Up on you, Swaggy.
Paloma Ford gonna come. She gonna be Paloma Mercedes in a minute. But anyway, back to Nick Young. I think that Nick. I mean.
Back to D Rose.
Yeah. So the civil suit is, includes D Rose and a couple of other guys. They're being accused of gang raping this girl, but he's, Derrick Rose's, defense is she's not wearing a chastity belt like she's, kind of promoting herself. She's promoting herself as very sexually inexperienced and whatnot. And he's like, nah, son, she's basically a hoe.
But see, how fucked up is it that they would put her name as Jane Doe? I need to see her fucking face.
Why?
Because I think that we see their faces.
Right.
I don't think it's fair. I think it's too easy nowadays for people to just throw stuff on other people, especially celebrities. If you're going to come out and say somebody raped you, you can't hide in the dark.
True.
Yeah, and because I feel like once you take a public, shout out to the girl who tried to take Chris Brown down, even though that hoe was lying. We all know she was lying. I mean, come on.
She looked like.
But at least we saw what she looked like because she did a tour. She did a press tour.
It's different when it comes to rape because there's something called a rape shield law. It's supposed to protect the victim. And trust me, I understand that athletes get thrown a whole bunch of shit that they didn't do. Like a girl will basically be mad that she didn't get a call back and she gets a little vengeful or whatever the case is. I'm definitely not going to stand.
Melissa,
what?
Drake raped me.
You fucking
wish.
But
here's the double standard. No, actually I don't. But here's the double standard. Why is it that when I say I got raped, it's a joke? See?
Men get raped too.
See
how
I flipped that on you? Absolutely.
Know that, right?
Shout out to Pelican Bay.
Men get raped too.
Yes. Yeah, they do. They get raped in jail.
No, women can rape men too.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I know. I understand.
So my only issue with this
I'm trying to think if I've ever sexually assaulted a guy before.
I believe you have.
Yeah, it's definitely possible.
So my point is, I'm not just for people that are watching this saying, fuck this messy guy making a joke out of rape. I'm saying that if you're going to accuse somebody of rape, especially a public figure, you have to be able to stand out there and put yourself out there.
Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure that her, identity is not going to remain a secret for very, very long. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of people who already know. Swaggy P definitely knows who the girl is.
You think Swaggy P knows everybody he's sticking his dick in?
Okay,
not at all.
There it is.
Not at all. Shout out to Iggy Azalea. She moved on and jumped right on French Montana.
Yeah, but she quickly shot that down.
No, she
recently.
didn't.
Yes, she did.
They said a scale to 1 to 10. How much of a chance does he have? She said above 5. That was her
French
way.
Montana?
Yes, he's hitting.
I don't see what girls see in this sleepy face ass nigga.
First of all, when you have money, it changes everything. Let's start with that. Number 2, he can get her in VIP. That's big for people.
I could get her in VIP. She could get herself in VIP.
No, because remember you told the story when you couldn't get in Games Party.
Oh, that was different.
But I'm just saying he could get in Games Party. So the point of what I'm trying to say is that, who knows? I mean, when you have a little status, a little money, things change. I'll tell you what, I wasn't popping before Love and Hip Hop. My DMs stay lit now. Shout out to the extra that I ran into at a party with Melissa that I had sex with.
That was hilarious.
That asked for a picture. I was like, nah. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
And you hit him with the nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
This Hollywood life, it's like a circle of life. Everybody's recycling everybody.
See, that's why I stay my ass at home.
Like that shit
you always want to know why I
off.
stay my ass at home? Because I'm not trying to be part of the recycling program.
Oh, it's a whole community waiting on Melissa Ford to come out.
I already know it's very incestuous. And
yeah, I mean, but you know what? But that's where you got to start taking trips. People be like, "Why you out of town all the time? Stay on my business."
No. I'm definitely going to import. I definitely
no.
Like that.
Don't import.
I like
that implies that you are flying them in or you're bringing them in. Let
that's
them.
True.
You export. You go to them, because I really
I'll export myself.
No, because I really believe when you have sex out of town, it doesn't count. To me, it doesn't. I honestly, when I think of people,
is that what you've said to your boyfriends in the past?
First of all, no, because I'm very honest about who I sleep with.
I used to say if I'm not on USA soil, it don't count.
Yeah, but I haven't really traveled like that, so I had to bring it home. So anything in the US outside of the LA radius does not count to me.
Damn.
Oh my God.
Well, okay.
In other news,
so really quick on the topic. Last week I told you I had sex with a stripper in New York.
Yes.
So the stripper texts me and tells me, asks me, what am I getting them for their birthday?
Really?
This dick. That's what you want to say.
So in other news,
I swear to God, listen, Jason, your sex life drives me to drink. I swear to God.
Yeah, but you know the bad part about having an avid sex life? Like right now I have a cold. I can't cough in public.
Hilarious.
Because people be like, my community is so judgmental. Like, it's so fucked up. Like, I'm walking around literally like I will wait to bend a corner before I cough.
Yeah.
Yo, you be trying to hold...
No, that's where
you try to hold a cough in?
No, that's where you get creative and you laugh. And not that AIDS is a joke because we are going to be participating in the AIDS walk.
Yes, we will be.
Damn. Okay.
You guys are fucking hilarious. Okay, so listen, Tupac, the 20th anniversary of his death just passed.
Wow.
Tupac was like, who is like this era's Tupac? Like in terms of sex appeal, swag. Do we have one?
Oh, that's going to take a minute to think about because I don't know.
Yeah.
How about this? Here's a little tidbit of information. I really couldn't stand Tupac until after he passed away.
That's why? How I normally go.
You want to know why? I'll tell you why. Because of the movie Juice. He played the role of Bishop so well, and I was in love with Raheem, of course, like every girl was.
That's it.
I was in love with Raheem. Tupac just played Bishop too well. And I just wasn't really familiar. I mean, I'm from Canada. I mean, like they literally had a hardcore filter on what we were permitted to listen to.
Like when I think of this era, like if you look at our greats in the past, we had Michael Jackson. Today we have Beyonce. I mean, who do we have that's like a Tupac? Would we say A$AP Rocky? I mean, A$AP Rocky.
I was thinking A$AP Rocky, but
nah. I respect him. He's very talented.
Kendrick Lamar is not doing it.
What?
French Montana, not. Tupac, sex appeal, and skills and all that.
Okay, I'm talking. Well, listen, somebody that thinks Kendrick Lamar is sexy.
Then you got to combine several of them because nobody's going to have the charisma, the lyrical wordplay, the bravado. No one has all that.
Do you think
an island?
Don't say Chris Brown.
No. Do you think if Pac was alive today that he would be on and popping still?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I agree, but I only asked it because my Uber driver asked me this.
What?
And he was a Mexican. He was like, "Oh man, do you think like if Pac was alive, Holmes, like would he still be popping?" I'm like, "Yeah." I think his sound would be a little different because music changed. So I think he would have to be forced into some trap.
Well, I think part of the problem with music,
trap beat would be crazy.
I think part of the problem these days with music and musicians in general is that people don't really understand the evolution of your skill, like your art. Tupac, when he was with Digital Underground, when he was with Death Row, he continued to evolve as an artist. I think today he would have still been hot and he would have still been evolving. I think Biggie would have been as well.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
And honestly, when those icons died, we got left with this bullshit we listen to on the radio now. That's why I don't listen
crazy.
to it.
They died like at early 20s. So back then, I felt like they were much
26?
older.
Was he like 26 years old? Yeah.
Yeah, 26. That's young.
Yeah. He didn't even hit the 27 mark.
But he looked like a grown man.
Well, he had like the soul of like a 100-year-old man. Like he just was. I don't know. When I read a lot of his literature, when I read his lyrics, you understand that this soul has been here before. This soul has been here probably several times before. Like, I'm in love with this artist right now. His name is Joey Alexander. He is a jazz musician. He's 12 years old from the island of Bali. His parents have no musical talent whatsoever. He picked up a Casio keyboard at the age of 6. And now this kid is opening up at Jazz at Lincoln Center. He's got Wynton Marsalis like... People don't even understand his talent. And when you hear him talk and he talks about things he shouldn't know, you know that this child's soul has been on this planet before. He was some old motherfucker in the South in a speakeasy who never got the same shine as a Duke Ellington or a Count Basie or any of the other artists from.
Come on, you better know some jazz players, girl. Come on.
But if you look at the way Tupac lived his life, I mean, he really was like a walking reality show too. Motherfucker was shot up, went to jail, got rape charges, went to prison, got out, spit on paparazzi. I mean, like in the heart of like when the paparazzi were really popping. He was very controversial, but I mean, I don't think we'll have another one like that again. And so Lil Wayne just announced his retirement, on social media, and then he just did an interview where he talked about why he retired, and he said that he'll never work with Birdman again and won't come back until that issue's fixed. What do you think?
Now, what interview was this? Was this the Skip Bailey one?
Yeah.
Because he went on there and I think
Skip
Bayless. Thank you.
Yeah.
I think he was just saying that I think he said that at emotion out of just a really heated argument, with him being fed up. But I don't think he's done retiring.
Well, he sent out that tweet, and I'm going to read it. His tweet said, "I am now defenseless and mentally defeated, and I leave gracefully and thankfully. I love my fans, but I'm done."
But I mean, he said the tweet. I don't think we can debate whether or not he was serious because he said it, and he said that he's not going to take it back until that issue is fixed.
Right.
I guess the question for me is, do we care? Like, does Lil Wayne still have the same fire he had before, and will the game miss him if he's gone?
Lil Wayne is another artist that evolves himself as well, like Tupac. Like, he had all these Chance the Rapper. He had Kendrick Lamar all going on social media saying, don't retire. I mean, Kendrick Lamar did like a whole 3-minute video of him reciting Lil Wayne lyrics word for word for word. He's a very respected rapper, and I do care. What about you, Melissa?
Man.
All right, what about you, Jason?
Sorry, no, I don't. And it's no shade. It's just we all have our favorites.
Yeah.
And I didn't really kind of gel with the whole cash money movement. It just wasn't my flavor. I mean, I listened to Little Dragon for God's sake.
Well, who? I'll say as far as Lil Wayne goes, I've never owned a Lil Wayne album. I think I have 1 or 2 in my iTunes. Somebody I dated for a night probably downloaded it, but. In fact, I was just brushing my hair this morning. There's a pack of zigzags in my drawer. Not zigzags, but the cigarello. What the fuck are those?
Cigarellos. Swisher Sweets.
I need to change the demographic that I date. But anyway, no, I mean, I don't think so. And the reason why I say that is because, I'm really tired of sensitive and temperamental artists. Like, Michael Jackson, I'm sure at some point had a fight with somebody over something. He didn't say, I'm no longer going to do music. Prince had a fight with his label.
Sony.
And he changed his name to a symbol, but he still continue to serve the audience with good music. Like, I feel like when you build a fan base and you are a part of the culture, you can't just decide when you're in and out the culture. Like, you're a part of it or you're not. So for me, if somebody retires and says they're gone, I'm out. I don't give a fuck who they are, except for Beyonce. That's the only one I'll say. I mean, if Beyonce says I'm out and then she comes back.
Well, Beyonce don't act out of emotion.
She doesn't. She's not even human.
She's not. She's literally a robot.
Don't you see how I change every conversation to get to Beyonce?
I know.
I'm going to see Beyonce again tonight for the third time.
I personally hope that Lil Wayne doesn't retire. I don't think he's done. I don't think we've seen the best the best Wayne yet.
Can I tell you who I'm obsessed with? Obsessed with. I was listening to his entire library of music the other day. I was on Snapchat. I was looking kind of gangster because I had Liz Scully on and whatnot. Schoolboy Q. Obsessed with him.
Yeah, he dope. Schoolboy dope. Shout out to TDE.
Yeah, if he's listening, can you come up on the show just so I can swing? I mean,
we can get to Schoolboy Q. That's not a problem. I mean, he's cool. Again, I don't know what it is. There's something about this era's music where I'm just really not excited about it.
Only thing we have to hang on to right now, I feel like, is J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar, ASAP Rocky, ASAP Ferg even. I'm more into conscious rap these days.
Throw Schoolboy Q in there. You have to.
Schoolboy Q.
The other night, we didn't even start with Weekend Recap because we just said fuck it and went straight to hot topics. But I went to the Drake and Future concert the other night. Future, absolutely, we cannot count Future out. Even though they say designer sounds like him. I mean, you can drive a Toyota Camry, but that's not going to make you a Lexus.
Listen, count Future out and put his ass across the street. Listen. Future is in a moment rapper for me. Like, I got to be drunk, tipsy at the club. Don't nobody understand his mumbling ass. He's just that. He's a mumble rapper.
Okay, let's back up.
There's nothing wrong with it.
First of all, there are different rappers who add different things to the game. Lil Wayne had a set. Hold on. Lil Wayne and Cash Money and Juvenile, when they came out, everybody said the same thing. It was a different type of sound we had never heard. When you see Future perform, Drake is at the top of the game right now. He's at the top of the food chain. He's the most boring performer I've ever seen on a stage. I've seen DMX kill it. I've seen Biggie kill it. I've seen Kendrick kill it. I've seen Diddy kill it.
Future's amazing. I
believe Diddy.
Hold on. Future, we saw Future and Drake at Floyd's daughter's birthday party up close. Killed Drake. Yeah. Concert, I was like, okay, Drake's probably going to kill it because it's his concert.
Right.
No, Future came out and the whole time he was on that stage, it was lit.
Yeah.
What, he was like jumping around or some shit?
He's a bojangling motherfucker.
What do you mean killed it? Okay, so what do you mean?
Okay, but see, there you go judging. Why he got to be jumping around?
When somebody say lit, and he got dreads, I'm assuming he throwing them dreads around.
Okay, but you're assuming wrong. Every song he dropped that he performed was fire. It was a hit that we knew, that we recognized. Now, do I know every song he said? Probably not. But I will tell you, all the kids in that area,
they knew the words.
12-year-olds, 13, 20, grown people. They knew every single word. They knew every single beat. They were on it. There was a kid in my row. He was this Filipino kid. Shout out to Andrew. There was this Filipino kid. He was probably like 15. Rapped every single lyric of Future song.
He knew what the hell he was saying.
My point is that this generation's music is very different than what we're listening to.
I digress, and I retrieve digress, D-I-G-R-E-S-S.
Capital D, lowercase I-G-R-E-S.
Don't leave me hanging, Melissa. Anyway, I agree. I mean, this is a hot, Jeffrey is really hot right now. So I guess this, it's that
I told the story before when me and Floyd stopped by the studio with Young Thug and Future. I didn't know anything they were doing a song together. I didn't know anything they were saying. But the beat was so sick, and the people that were with them knew
and this
every
song's
word.
not out yet because you keep talking about this beat.
I'm telling
you right now,
now.
You bring this same beat up. It better be crazy.
No, it was, but it was a lot because I was a little tipsy, so I had to go to the car. I was just like, I told Floyd I didn't understand what we were saying. And shout out to Justin Bieber. Justin Bieber has a song with Michael Jackson. We were talking about Michael Jackson earlier that's never been released. That if it ever gets out, I'm telling you right now, it's gonna change. Justin Bieber will become iconic.
Now, is it unreleased Michael Jackson vocals or they recorded
it's unreleased Michael Jackson and Justin Bieber vocals?
No. Is this some old Michael Jackson
it's a
vocals?
new song with Justin Bieber and Michael Jackson that Justin told me personally that they cannot release because of law issues. I said, fuck that. Let me steal your computer. I'll release it on Hollywood Unlocked.
What I'm asking is, Chris Brown did a song with Aaliyah.
I don't know nothing about that.
No, they did a song with Aaliyah, but the Aaliyah vocals were never released.
I just answered the question. It's a new song.
Did Michael Jackson and Justin Bieber sometimes say, let's do a song together?
Yes, it's a song with new vocals. I said that.
I know, but you can
He's asking, were they in the studio at the same time?
That's like the fucking song.
That's like asking me, like, if the person I fucked last night on the phone was on FaceTime or not. I don't fucking remember, but I got a nut off. At the bottom line is, they have a song together. The shit is lit, and if we ever hear it, Justin will be an icon.
Tempo or melody or
so moving right along.
Moving right along.
Colin Kaepernick is Colin Kaepernick is under fire right now. He's being criticized, and he was recently criticized again by Trent Dilfer.
Yeah.
What a stupid ass name.
He's a former football player, and he's now a sports analyst, and that gives him the platform to, express his opinion no matter how fucking stupid it is.
So basically he's in the news for attacking Colin Kaepernick. He basically said he doesn't have an opinion because he's a backup quarterback.
Yeah, he said basically as a backup quarterback, your job is to sit down and be quiet. I'm like, wow.
Damn, he said that with passion too.
Well, I think what it does is, listen, it's kind of hard to talk about this without talking about race. So I'm going to just say really quick. What the Trump campaign, what this Colin Kaepernick movement is showing is really revealing how deep racism is in this country. Mm-hmm. Like Tommy Loren, who speaks freely about her opinion on black topics or social topics that involve the black community. Like, if you really pay attention to it, it's bigger than that. This motherfucker sat down during the national anthem, and that has created conversation, which is his constitutional right to do. Mm-hmm. Now, players are losing endorsement deals. One player lost an endorsement deal. Russell Simmons took to Instagram to say, hey, Rush Card's going to get behind you. We're going to do a deal. But why is it that people are so sensitive? Because we're now exercising our rights to talk about issues that affect us. Then you got this idiot, Trent, what's his name?
Dickhead.
Trent Fluffer out with a microphone and demeaning him in a way of saying your opinion's not as important because you're the backup quarterback. Yeah. So focus on being a quarterback. What do you think?
I think that's the equivalent of somebody basically dismissing me and any opinion that I have as not being worth being heard because I used to do fucking music videos. So I think he's a fucking asshole for saying what he said. I think he's an asshole because he used his platform to, kind of just spew a really hateful opinion. And it was very dismissive, and it has nothing to do with the point that Colin Kaepernick is trying to make. I want to punch him in his head, but
and just
he's got a very big head.
Shout out to Kaepernick, because every time he rebuttals, he's so graceful, and he says some good, solid stuff. Mm-hmm. He keeps his cool.
He must have heard our show because he threw some cornrows in his head. I know he's getting pussy now.
They look really nice.
Yeah, okay. I know he's getting some pussy, but I think what's interesting when we go to Hollywood Unlocked and we post on our website, we post on social media, and we can just watch all the comments come in. Mm. 70% of the white people say you guys are blowing this out of proportion. 90% of black people are saying this is racism, this is what it is. And it really is, just socially, you could see the divide, and where people stand. And I think as much as we look at the Colin Kaepernick stuff, you look at the the national politics, like all of that is about racism too. If you look at it, like classism and racism, like right now, Hillary Clinton, I know that we're going a little off topic, but you know, what bothers me about Hillary Clinton, who just had a battle with pneumonia and got faint outside of a memorial for 9/11. Like now they're making this big issue about her having pneumonia. Over 3 million people a year get pneumonia. Yeah. Like she's not a fucking robot.
Yeah, no, Donald Trump definitely made that an issue. We want her health records, you know, reviewed and, you know, available for the public to see. And it's just like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Like he makes an issue out of everything, like the definition of making a mountain out of a molehill.
And
like,
she's released, I mean, like, I know we've switched topics, so I know the listeners are like, well, they just jumped the topic. Yeah. Let me just explain why we jumped the topic. Because Donald Trump is running a campaign on hate and racism in the country, which is dividing our entire country around and making people draw color lines. So for me, it's like there's multiple layers. Like it's not just the football players. It's the people running for the highest office in our country and the most powerful position in the world. And it's just frustrating because I think in many ways, if you take a step out of who you like and who you don't like, what's happening to Hillary Clinton and what's happening to Colin Kaepernick right now is as much about race and hate and gender discrimination as it is anything else. Like it's not like what's happening between Hillary and Donald isn't just about who's more qualified, because if you look at it just on paper, Hillary is no brainer. She's the best for the job. But when you look at Colin Kaepernick, he's a successful athlete who's been in that position for years, who's made hundreds of millions of dollars, and who, you know, basically put 49ers back on the map when he got there. I mean, he may not be the starter now, but he's still a voice that matters in the conversation.
Yeah. And you know what? And all of the people kind of expressing their opinions, it's making you either really, really like somebody if you were a fan, or it's making you really, really dislike people. Like Drew Brees is the quarterback for the Saints. I love him. You know, he led the team to a Super Bowl. He's one of the most beloved players. But I have his quote right here, and I'm just like, you know what? You need to have a fucking stadium of seats, because he was.
Is he black or white?
He's white.
Okay, what did he say?
He said, "I disagree. I wholeheartedly disagree. Not that he wants to speak out about a very important issue. No, he can speak out about a very important issue, but there's plenty of other ways that you can do that in a peaceful manner that doesn't involve being disrespectful to the." And I'm just like, a peaceful manner? How peaceful is taking a fucking knee?
You know what's so crazy is they said. There was an actress, Kate Upton, a Caucasian actress.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Who took to Twitter.
Big boobies.
Who took to Twitter. And she basically said it was disrespectful for them to kneel a knee on 9/11. Can I just say something? The Ku Klux Klan never took a break on Martin Luther King Day.
No, they
like,
didn't.
Can we just keep it 1,000? Like, there's never a break in racism for people who don't like people of color. And I say people of color, I mean Mexicans, Asians, I mean people who are not white. So when I look at shit like that, like, okay, they should have respected. Like, I remember back in middle school, I never did the Pledge of Allegiance. I never believed in the Pledge of Allegiance because of what it stood for, what it says. I'd never said, when it says justice for all, I was a young black boy with a white mother in the 80s growing up in the hood. I didn't know nothing about how justice for all. So I never stood for that. So that was my own little protest as a sixth grader, you know, but now you look at somebody like Colin Kaepernick, who's using his platform responsibly. He could be doing a whole bunch of other shit.
Yeah. People are literally using his jersey as doormats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of following suit with take a knee. You know, Chris Brown just recently at the celebrity game, he took a knee. Everybody's taking
he's taking a lot of heat too, because people are saying Chris is a bandwagoner and that he's only doing it because it's popular right now. And I would say, we're going to walk away from that. But,
so, yeah.
You know, the argument that everybody's certain people are trying to make about Colin Kaepernick and it being disrespectful to, you know, the men and women that have served in the military and have given their lives for their country, sacrifice, et cetera, et cetera. Well, here's the kicker, that there is a significant amount of military men and women who are in full support of what Colin Kaepernick is doing. So it's kind of like, you can't tell me to be offended by something that I'm not offended by and that I go a step further and actually agree with. So shut the fuck up. It shuts your argument down.
Well, and to Colin Kaepernick's credit, I will say that I am now dating white boys. Because I feel like color lines have to be broken on every level. So fuck it, I'm out there.
You're dating white boys now?
No, I mean, I'm looking at them. Anyway, so let's talk about something positive. So before we move on, we're interviewing Shanda from Love and Hip Hop. She's one of my co-stars. She's having a lot of issues with her boyfriend or her husband.
So husband.
Husband.
Yes.
Singer Willie Taylor from Day 26 fame.
Yes,
we're going to interview her in a minute. But we're going to talk about something positive before we go.
Let's talk about the Emmys. They're
That's
coming.
not what I wanted to talk about, but go ahead.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to talk about the bus driver.
Oh, the bus driver. Well, the bus driver saved a bunch of kids. It was on fire. It was awesome. Anyways.
No, we can't do that.
Okay, fine. No. Jason, you have the floor.
No,
Let's talk about the bus driver, and then we're going to the Emmys. Because
only on Hollywood Uncensored, Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored, where we talk about ball gags and anal bleaching, but then run right over kids who were saved from a burning fire by a bus driver.
Okay, no, it is a wonderful story, but I love doing like award show predictions.
Okay, before we get to predicting let's talk about this bus driver who saved kids from a burning fire.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about that?
Go ahead, Mel.
Okay, well, it happened in Maryland, and you know what? I would actually love to talk to this lady because she described the kids. She was the bus driver, and she described the kids on the bus as her babies. She was like, while they are out of the care of their own, biological parents, they are my babies. She has, 2 or 3 children of her own, and she was driving the bus, and she just noticed, things kind of going wrong. Something caught fire, and she just went into full mommy mode and got all the kids off the bus, and literally the thing practically blew up after she just literally left the last step.
She got 20 kids off.
When I hear stories like this.
And you know what? I'm sorry, just because this is the environment that we're existing in right now, she is a black woman.
Renita Smith.
Yes. Shout out to Renita Smith.
I would say
that sound like a black woman.
No, for real. When I think about when I hear stories like this, I always ask myself, like, if I was in this situation,
what would you do?
Would I have the courage to do it?
I think you would.
Because that adrenaline pumps in. You just it's like
a burning car with a gasoline tank that can explode at any moment, and kids that ain't mine.
But you're looking at 6 and 7-year-old faces.
Oh, don't look at me crazy. Listen, somebody watching this show right now and somebody listening on Dash Radio, shout out to Dash Radio for giving us a platform.
Thank you.
To be reckless. Is listening and saying, I don't know if I would do it either. So I represent the people saying, I don't know.
I think I would because I have a child.
I don't got no kids.
I have a 13-year-old, so I definitely would do it.
My level of risk assessment is pretty fucked up, so I would definitely do it.
You look like you're Mama Bear. You look like a very loving, kind of Mama Bear.
I mean, given the scene, I mean, if they were all close to an exit.
Oh my God.
And the wind was blowing in a direction away from the gas tank.
Wow, Jason. No.
And I had a couple Red Bulls. and I was in the gym a little bit. And my endurance was high. Yeah, I would help him. But anyway, today we have a special guest, Shanda. What up?
Taylor. What's
hey,
up?
Shanda.
Shonda Denise. No, we're going to stick with Shonda Denise.
Shonda Denise.
Lord.
Okay.
That's
all
She's
I'm
a brand.
saying. What the hell?
First of all, we just started the interview. There's a lot of questions I have today, and I'm sure that we all have.
Let me just start off by saying, Shonda Denise.
Hey, Shonda Denise. How are you?
How y'all doing?
Hey, Shonda Denise.
So for the people listening and the people watching the show, Shonda and I are both on a show called Love and Hip Hop.
Love and Hip Hop Hollywood.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the top rated shows on television, might I add.
Might we add.
Shout out to VH1.
So, shout out to VH1 who hasn't given me enough fucking airtime. But anyway, I digress. So this season.
What? You know?
Yeah, it's okay. It's all good. So, Shonda, this is your second season with Love and Hip Hop.
Yes, it is.
Last season, people thought that you and Willie's story was boring. And people don't understand in the world how our show was edited. Like, your life can be as lit as a Christmas tree, but the way it gets edited down, your story may not be as messy or as super extra.
Right. You know what? Compared to this season, I would rather the boring life.
Yeah,
be truthful, because that's real.
I can imagine.
I don't want. Take me back.
So last season, Shonda, the audience came to know Shanda Denise and Willie Taylor. We always knew Willie Taylor because Day 26 fame and kind of out there doing his thing. And Shonda, I knew him as Willie's wife. I mean, you've known them for a while.
Very long time. Long time.
And I remember the first time I think I saw Shonda was with Willie and her family at a mall way far away from where anybody would see him. But it was in LA County somewhere.
Yeah. That's what we like to be.
You know, it was on the low too. I'm like, let me find out y'all sneaking and buying shit out of your area code. But anyway, Shonda and Willie, we've known them as being a family, a really good fun-filled.
I was about to say that.
Tight-knit family.
Tight-knit, faithful family.
Yes.
And of course, we've learned a lot this season. But last season,
God. I can't.
Shonda and Willie moved to Los Angeles, and Shonda went back to work to get some money for the family.
Oh yeah.
She was on the pole.
I guess so.
I still can't believe that. That's new to me. As
What?
10 years I've been knowing you, I've never known that about you.
Well, when I gave birth to my son, I mean, I was an artist, as you know, but prior to me having kids, like that's what I did. I was in a group with Jessica and everything. I didn't
That's my sister.
Yeah, I didn't have like a degree to go and get a real job. So I was like, I gotta think fast. So when I give birth, what am I gonna do?
Well, I always have questions.
Hop on the pizzle. I was fine with that.
How old were you at that time?
If I can remember, I was like 20.
Okay.
So I was still young.
How old's your son now?
He's 11.
Okay.
So what type of preparation goes into like walking in your job, taking your clothes off, and getting on a pole? I've never asked anybody this.
Well, it ain't like that. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I had speculations about becoming a dancer. I used to hate them, to be truthful. I was like, you whores, you bitches, you whore. Until I had to consider it, and it's nothing like what people would think it is. It's not that.
So for me, I mean,
I worked at a gentleman's club. I didn't work at a strip club. There's two different things.
There's two very different things.
Yeah, like I was.
So that's just topless?
I was talking most of the time. I mean, I could talk my ass off. That's how I was making most of my money, not twerking, because I don't even know how to do that.
Can I just say, like, I recently found out that there was a difference because Floyd Mayweather, the sponsor of our show, is opening a club in Vegas called Girl Collection. And it's a gentleman's club.
They probably have like a 5-star restaurant, everything in it, right?
They have all that, but see,
that's what happens at gentlemen's clubs.
I didn't know that there was a difference between a strip club and a gentleman's club. So I'm hosting a club tonight. Is Sam's a strip club?
Oh, nigga,
that's a strip club.
Well, I'm hosting
that's
a strip
the one
club.
they like, to make it rain. That shit. That's fine.
Wait,
that's fine though.
Is a gentleman's club topless?
Wait. That's where the distinction needs to be made, because Sam's is not technically. It's like a cabaret, because
it is a cabaret
because nobody gets naked in Sam's. In Sam's Hot Brow.
So
like you might see a nipple or a labia, but by accident.
Some stab wounds, some C-section scars.
Okay, so this is not pinups in Atlanta. Okay,
so is a gentleman's club, for those that don't know, like I don't know all of the inner makings of it.
It's very high class. It's like, they put millions of dollars into these establishments. The Penthouse, those type of establishments, they're like,
But you weren't doing like hand jobs in the VIP room.
What the fuck? Hell no.
Okay. I mean, no, because listen, if I was dancing at a club, which shout out to, I'm not ever going to do it. But if I was a dancer at a club, I believe,
would pay.
First of all,
I give all the money in my bank account right now.
I believe in being the best at what you do and whatever you do. So I would be doing hand jobs, cartwheels. I'd be fucking doing the dog.
I mean, I tried to remain as respectful as I could in that type of establishment. So I was talking my ass off. I mean, you got men that will fall in love, rich men that will fall in love. So you was like, okay, I could, lead them on up to a certain extent, and then it's like, all right, now you're going too far.
I'd be doing a hand job with my left hand, rubbing it with my elbow with the right. I'd be making so much fucking money. Bitches would be upset. I'd be rolling out in a Bentley.
Believe me, they are there.
I want to know. I want to know. At this time when you was at the gentleman's club,
yes,
you were with Willie.
Yes.
Okay, so
did you meet him there?
No.
I'm thinking at this time he was in Quiet Storm, going by Lucky, right? Mm-hmm. So how did he hold up with this? How was he?
Actually, he wasn't in Quiet Storm. Okay. He was on his way to be in Day 26.
Oh.
So it was at that transition. That's when I had my son.
That's not too long ago.
I mean, that's 11 years ago.
Day 26.
That's a long time.
Yeah, it was like 2006, 2007.
No, but you said he was on his way to be in a group on the show.
Yeah, he was going through that process. Okay. Those are the times when I was actually a dancer.
Got you.
I mean, we're still, grinding. That was a grind time still. Yeah. So. Mm-hmm.
So you and Willie have been together for 13 years, but married for 9.
Correct.
Okay, so what? Because you guys are young. Young. You're young now.
I am.
You were babies, basically. Babies having babies. Didn't know what
I was getting myself into, by the way.
Okay, I want to draw a picture for the audience. I'm the girl on the show. We like to understand, the inner workings of the romance.
Yeah.
How did he propose? Why did you guys get married? Like in the first place, how did he propose? And was there cold feet? Did you guys think maybe you maybe
no,
too young?
To be honest, to answer that question, I didn't. It was my friend. We were like best friends, so I didn't see anything past like signing papers, what marriages were. I was just like, all right, I'm going to marry my best friend. Mm-hmm. That's really, that's really what it was.
Like
at
keeping
the time.
somebody in the country. Yeah. Huh? It's like keeping somebody in the country.
I I just felt like, if, why not marry my best friend? You know, we were in love. We had I was pregnant with our baby. We had the same, goals in life. Mm-hmm. We, both were in music. We understood each other, we kind of grew up together. So,
okay. So what did the wedding look like? Was it a justice of the peace situation?
It was just a private something at my church, and we invited the family. Like, we was like, Thursday we're gonna get married, so today's Tuesday, so be there Thursday. It was like one of those things.
That's great.
So let's just get it over with. Let's just do it. Ain't gotta spend loads of money on it and make it happen. I mean, I regret that though, because I really want a beautiful wedding. I think every girl.
Well, shit. I mean, Jackie Christie and Doug, they renew their vows every single year.
That's a little bit too much.
Well, you don't have to do it every single year, but you can get your dream wedding now.
Yeah,
as a vow renewal.
But it's a little bit more work involved now, because I'm not just gonna be like, okay, let's just go get a dream wedding. So after all that's happened in my life.
So last week in a couple shows now, Gio has talked about his dick pictures are online. Willie's dick pictures popped up online a few years ago.
Yes.
What was the conversation like? Because I'm sure you got tagged or somebody sent it to you.
Let me tell you, that was the most embarrassing time of his life.
Were they
oh my God,
pictures
he was
to you?
No. They were originally when what was it, FaceTime? Not FaceTime, but Skype. We were Skyping because he was in Miami or something doing music. So we were Skyping, and I don't know, somebody was doing something. I don't know.
So how did Big Willie? So when Big Willie's
you playing all day right now.
when Big Willie's photos hit the internet, what was that conversation like?
Very uncomfortable. I mean, I think he was more affected by it than I was. Like, he was like literally in tears. He was like, "That's my privacy. I shouldn't have ever this is privacy to my wife. Like, why? Who did this? Like, what?" I was like, "Calm down. I get it, but you just gotta, this is the situation that, you're in right now."
I did not see them. Just want to put that out there.
I'll send them to you later.
Well, my pictures
God.
got
So you got them saved and shit?
No, because everybody that knows, Willie is cool. Like, I'm cool with Willie. I talk to you more than I talk to him. Yeah. He's a shade too dark for me. I have a very specific prototype. Plus, whatever. He's married. Not that ever matters. But anyway, enough about me.
Exactly.
So you moved past those pictures. Last season, you were dancing. Shout out to Crazy Girls. There was a scene with you dancing at Nikki's strip club.
Yeah.
We love Nikki.
Great scene, right?
It was. But I will tell you, even for me, knowing you personally and watching the show, because, we watch the show with the fans. We don't know what the fuck's going to pop up on our screen. Hence we don't know everybody talking shit about us when we're not in the scene.
Right.
But when I saw Shana on the strip pole, I was like, oh, wow, that's... It's different than the perception I have of dancers.
Exactly, because you probably expected like the booty shots, that type of bitch. You consider that a dance, stripper.
Yeah, stripper.
I was a dancer. It's different.
Got it.
Well, I guess, dancers get, that bum rap of just being sexually promiscuous and really, really easy just because of what it is that they do. Like,
it was a job for me.
There are women revolutionizing the perception of the dancer. Shout out to China. Hose is winning. Yeah. Black China just premiered on Robin China. She got the ring and a baby, so she's now a Kardashian.
Right. Exactly. But there are girls that are using it, for a purpose.
To get through school.
To get through school.
I know so many
to make
women
money. Yeah.
that I've worked with that were becoming doctors, and they were doing shit like that, but they didn't have the funds to, pay for school. So they were literally paying for school. And once they get their degree or their whatever you get for your doctors, they were out.
See, before I worked in entertainment, I worked as a director of a union. We used to advocate for workers. Strippers need to start a fucking union.
Yeah,
they do.
I agree.
Dancers and strippers.
I think it's called stripper.
So Love and Hip Hop. So you and Willie get a call to come on Love and Hip Hop, and I'm sure you saw the show before you got on the show.
Yeah, I did.
One
of my closest friends was on it, so I was like, they're doing April. April's like one of my best friends.
But now she's not on the show. Did you feel kind of abandoned a little bit?
No, because I knew prior to the season that she said that she wasn't coming.
Did you feel like it was professional for her and Omarion to quit last season just abruptly in the middle of the season?
The way mines went, absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Get the hell out of there. Don't have nothing to do with this bull crap that I dealt with.
So I'm sorry, because Because you're in it, you know.
No, I'm in it.
You're in it.
I'm in it like chlamydia.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just a bystander, you know. And
you're crabs.
Fuck you, man.
You on the outside. You on the outside.
Trying to get in.
Now y'all know
hanging
I got that crafty.
But I'm slowly being, you know, sucked in just in terms. Yeah, you know.
That's a pause for you. Continue.
It's a pause for you too.
Continue.
Just in terms of my, you know, my level of interest in the show gaining traction, obviously because Jason's one of my closest friends in life.
Yeah.
I'm watching just because of him, but I'm also, you know, watching and I'm becoming absorbed with the storylines. And having done reality TV myself, I know what it's like to have your storyline manipulated by editing.
I'm gonna stay out of this conversation.
And that shit is really, really frustrating because the producers have an idea as to who they think you are, but you're like,
that ain't me. That's what I dealt. But that's what I dealt with last season.
Yeah. So
in a sense, it's
and so you want.
I got way more to me than being this dancer. But
exactly. And so, I really want to know how set up you felt. Oh my God. What is her name? Kyesha. I couldn't tell with the key.
Well, let's back up. Let's back up to that, and let me set that up.
We're gonna segue into that.
So last season, Nia Riley and Soulja Boy, they had a girl on the show. Nas was a part of their storyline. What did you think of? Nas was the girl who popped up. Nastasia Smith. Shout out to Nas. Popped up as Soulja Boy's girlfriend, side chick, whatever you want to call it, and was very disruptive in their relationship, similar to what Kaisha's now become in theirs. There is a difference between
a big difference.
There's a difference. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna lay it out, but I got kind of set it up because if you take a step at the 35,000 foot level, Nas was the side chick. Kaisha to the audience right now appears as a side chick. We're gonna get into the differences.
Okay.
Yeah.
Last season, Soulja Boy and Nia went through this tumultuous experience where like Nas kept jumping on Nia and Nia stayed with Soulja. What did you think about that? And then let's talk about Kaisha.
I don't like to, you know, because I've always given my opinions about other people, so I don't want to even judge her I don't know what the hell they go through now that I know how Love and Hip Hop do everything. I don't know what goes on in the household, so I can't make that judgment. I don't know what she accepts and what she doesn't accept, and I don't know, you know. So when I watch it, I was like, "That's fucked up," but it's like, who knows? I don't know.
But what did you think of Nas last season? Did you think that she was a woman scorned and she was just wrongfully played by Soulja Boy, or do you think she was a bitch that showed up on set and wanted to destroy a relationship?
And get some fame in the process.
I think that's what it was. I need, all they on Love and Hip Hop, all they so in love. Well, let me show you these text messages that I got. Well, let me show you this that I got, and let me be on TV.
So that's Kaisha. So now leading into your point.
So here's what I really want to know, because you've chosen, it seems, to stick by Willie, correct?
No, that's not what happened this last episode.
No. I know. Sorry, maybe I jumped ahead, because what happened last episode was this: you finished performing. Yeah. It was a lovely song. You're there with Tierra Marie.
Yes,
great song.
And then she appears on stage. And
I had no idea that she was there. If I did, my wig would have been glued the fuck on.
I was gonna say that. You handled that with as much dignity as you possibly could. So kudos to you, because that was fucked up. And she basically dedicated a rap to you.
I don't understand.
Willie.
If you're an artist, like, okay, if you're an artist.
And she came in there looking like the Lady of Rage.
It's very clear that she wants her little 15 minutes. It's
what
very
song she's gonna get.
Let's ask some questions. Kaisha. So, I was in the scene where you got in the fight.
Yes.
I was edited out, although my legs were visible, so Love and Hip Hop still has to cut that check.
Wait a minute, why did they do that? You were there.
Who knows why they cut? Yeah. I was right behind Shonda when it happened.
Because you told me to put my wig down too in that scene. You was like, Shonda.
Well, because
I was like,
for me, when I'm in a scene on the show that I know I have, you can kind of feel, like we felt, you can kind of feel when some shit's going to go down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You actually look around and make sure security is doing their job, because I think at times people get a little lackadaisical.
Didn't really look like they were doing their job.
So I don't think that day they were doing their job.
No.
Now for you,
probably purposely.
Kaisha showed up on the scene from Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
What I thought was different about her and Nastasia, for the audience who follows all these different stories, is that she showed up believing that Willie was in love with her.
You know, that's kind of scary. That's really scary.
That's some single black female shit.
It was really
That's some psychopathic shit.
Yeah.
She's crazy.
So I'll talk about a scene that got cut out again. Shout out to producers who cut some shit. There was a scene where Kaisha came to me with the papers and the papers that you were looking at in the show.
Same papers.
And so the audience can't zoom in and see what's on the papers, but I saw the papers. So we'll talk about them real quick. Now,
I saw them motherfuckers too.
The dates on the papers were more recent than Willie seems to say on the show. But you, I am so proud of you, have been very honest about what you're going through. Meaning, you're looking at it, you're not playing the dumb bitch, you're not turning the other eye, you're not making excuses, you're not buying into his bullshit. What I looked at as both the customer and the viewer is that Willie got caught, and Willie wants to maintain a perfect image of a perfect marriage, and you're a woman who's been betrayed, and you ain't having it. And the times don't add up. So basically, Willie was in Chicago. The girl messaged him or he messaged her. Who knows who starts what first? They go back and forth. The Red Roof Inn and McDonald's is a part of this story. I don't know.
The Red Roof Inn.
So
Classy.
So classy.
She spent
and she paid for it.
God.
Don't you dismiss that $89 she spent on that room.
No, because it said now new low rates. So what you thought it was probably half of that. Absolutely.
$39 with cable.
Shout out to Orbit. So when she shows up with all these receipts and all of this, and she's now was her mission to prove to you that your husband was in love with her?
I don't know. I didn't understand that.
As a viewer, that's the perception that we were given, is that she was really
because he screwed you at Red Roof and he loves you.
Yes.
No, that's crazy.
Yes. And so she was really like, because she said to Willie, I love you. And he was literally like, what is happening now?
So what did you think all that was when she first approached you at the studio?
I just think it was a crock of shit. She just wanted me to know, I'm fucking your, okay, great. So that's how I took it. I'm like, okay, well, let me holler at him about it.
But then she went on to say that she was pregnant as well at some point.
That was crock of shit. Because he would have known that he's a great father. He's an amazing father, and I'll give that to him. So if that would have happened and he known about it, I would have known about it.
Well, wait, what did she say happened to the pregnancy?
11 years ago. She was stressed out so much because I was pregnant with my son.
Okay.
She stressed out and she miscarried.
Okay.
Crock of shit.
So has this chick been like a thorn in your side for 12 years? Because it seems like it started 12 years ago and then there's this huge gap and then she resurfaces basically like a year ago, according to the text messages.
To be truthfully honest with you, when I first met Willie, I knew that she was her friend was dating Willie's friend. So she was that girl, like, oh, let's date each other friends. So I guess that's what it was. He didn't want to date her, but she was giving him money for whatever because he was the artist. So, he didn't have the job or whatever. So I guess she was being the goofball. I got you. Here you go. Whatever the case is. And then, she was giving him the money and I met him and we were more compatible, I guess. And he told her, I'm not looking for a girlfriend right now because I'm into my music. And then when I ended up starting to date him, she wanted to know why. Why'd you choose her over me? Why is she better than me? Or then she wanted me to have a chicken head off with her.
A what?
The dance, the chicken head. She said, I can dance better than her. Let's have a chicken head off for your heart, like the basketball game.
Well, this is all when you were like 17, 18.
Stupid.
Please tell me this.
So for people who are watching the show, let me just do a really quick recap. So Willie and Shonda last season were having relationship issues because in season 1 of knowing their story, we're having relationship issues around finances. And Shonda said, as a woman, as a mother, as a wife, I'm not above working. I'm going to go back to what I know and I'm going to get this money. Season 2, which is season 3, but season 2 for them. They come back, family is stable, Willie's working, just did Chocolate City 1, right?
2.
Okay, Chocolate City 2, he's working. Music, she's now, I want to pursue my passion and my music, what I was doing before I became this stay-at-home mom, and I'm going to pursue my music career, and then in comes Kaisha. Kaisha, a.k.a. Kyrack.
Knock it off.
She's giving Nicki Minaj a run for her money.
Look, if you're from Chicago, well, the area. Right. We don't condone that crack shit. That's ridiculous. Like, who does that?
So Kaisha shows up on scene, and what I got as a cast member, and now what we can look at as a viewer, is that she believes that she came to LA to get her man. who's been in love with her for 12 plus years, and you've been married for 9 years, but have been together for about 13 years.
Yeah.
So my question to you, just to kind of go there, do you believe that her and Willie were ever in love?
No.
So what do you believe she's trying to get out of being
She's
on the show?
trying to just tell
fame?
me that they fucked in December. Whatever the date she said. That's what she's trying to get me to understand.
And you acknowledge that they probably got together and hooked up.
Probably because at that time, to be honest, we weren't on the same page and I wasn't doing it. So somebody had to do it.
Okay, so that brings up a question, just because I saw an interview with you and Willie, and correct me if I'm wrong, there has been infidelity on both parts.
Absolutely.
Okay. So there's a lot of women that will be looking at this, your life playing out for the world to see and say, why are you going to stay with a man who, basically just kind of
screwed this bitch? And
I don't want exactly. So, but do you feel like it's kind of like a penance that you're paying for your own bad behavior?
No, I mean, we decided to stick around. We forgave each other for the things that we've done when we were kids.
Right.
Because I did it when we were kids.
Why did you cheat?
Because I was a kid.
Okay.
Was it during the day 26 days?
Yes.
I thought so.
I was very young and hell, I didn't know what was going on. I was obviously he was probably doing 1,012 things and I didn't want to be that dumb shit. I didn't want to be that dumb woman, So I did it off of the wrong reasons.
But I mean, when you
because
get
I felt like he was doing it.
When you get with an artist and a rapper or an athlete, I mean, you pretty much got to assume they're on tour, that there's girls. I mean, I think anybody that gets in a relationship with one and thinks that they're just, praying to Jehovah and going to sleep at night is bullshit.
And I just feel like, knowing the age he was at the time, you'd feel like you're dating a 22, 23, 24, 25-year-old boy.
So when you cheated, though, did you already have a kid with him or was this before kids?
I had my son.
And when he cheated on you, well, there were probably more than one.
Yeah, my son and my daughter at this point.
So one thing I had a question on is, has a relationship ever been abusive? Because one of the rumors or one of the points that Kaisha was making when she was here was that you used to beat Willie and that it was a violent relationship.
That's crazy. Do you see me and do you see Willie?
Yeah, I don't.
You don't think he could beat my ass?
Yeah.
I think he could beat my ass.
But you guys were
I
never
pushed
abusive.
him. We've tussled, but it's never been like Ike and Tina Turner.
Or Chris and Rihanna.
No, he isn't. You would have seen that. Like,
right.
People that know me would have seen, like, if it was an abusive relationship. Like,
so Kaisha showed up to set every day with her manila envelope and all her receipts.
Yeah.
One of the receipts was Willie in some underwear. Did you see that photo?
Yeah, Willie will post that same photo on Instagram.
So it's nothing that she couldn't have found on her own.
Yeah.
No. But he did send it to her.
Okay,
it's obvious.
And so you clearly weren't buying the bullshit. Why do you think Willie's been so defensive about just coming clean and owning it?
Because he can't own up to the shit that he's done ever. So I know that from him. Like, he doesn't, and I guess his reasons because he don't want to hurt me, but I'm like, by you not telling me what hurt me worse, so you just need to be honest, and he just can't be honest sometimes.
I think he doesn't want to lose you. I know for a fact he genuinely loves you.
I know that.
All his heart.
That's fine.
But
don't.
Do you, where it kind of leads to now, where are you guys with it?
Well, this is still like I'm reliving this shit right now.
Right.
I'm reliving it.
And the story still has to play out over the season.
And and I can't really say, but I'm reliving it. So whatever you saw, that's how I feel.
So I remember after the scene where she was in the fight, let's talk about the fight. So one, I think that security wasn't paying close enough attention. Right. Number one.
Yeah.
Number two, I was really frustrated at the fact that this girl who clearly, she slid in my DMs trying to be my friend. Shonda, whether or not we're best friends or not, we are on the show together. We know each other. We have a relationship.
She's been sliding in everybody's
And
DM.
she's been trying to befriend the whole cast. It's like you're here for a part of a season. You're a storyline. You're out. It was almost as if she was stalking you and Willie.
No,
because she showed up to the fight, not only
me.
set up a song about her, she wrote that song was all about her.
Yeah. No,
What's
I know.
about me? I'm like, what the
I saw.
fuck?
She wrote a diss record to you.
For me? I'm like, me?
Yeah.
You care that much about little old me?
So
I'm flattered. You're crazy.
I have to ask this. Do you think that her actions, including writing this rap, was provocated by the producers of VH1? Do you think that they basically, kind of dangled that carrot in her face? Because to me, I don't want to cut you. I want you to answer the question. To me, and I think every other viewer, she looks like she is fame hungry, and she looked at this as her opportunity.
Yeah.
And I always say, be careful how you introduce yourself to the world, because they're not going to let you forget it.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
It's the wrong way.
So do you think that this was a combination of her wanting her 15 seconds, because it's not going to last for 15 minutes, and the producers also kind of like,
I don't think the producers knew that she was crazy when she was telling the story to them. So they was like, if you want to tell it, let's tell it. Just like that, raw and everything. Let's do it.
And let's just say, great. I think our producers, they, as frustrated as we get with them, because I'm frustrated right now, and I'm sure there's a level of frustration you have.
Yeah, but it's not towards them.
But I would say that they do produce the show very well. I mean, they know, like, once you're on the show, people in the world who want to be famous, who are fame hungry, who want that moment, they reach out to them to say, like, I had an issue with somebody this season that is one of our cast members' former friends. This person called producers and said, I have an issue with Jason. I want to confront him on camera. I was like, fuck no, I'm not giving them the platform to talk to them. I don't know this person like that.
Right.
So to your point, do you think that this girl just pretty much wanted to be famous, took an opportunity to come on the show?
She saw us on our first season, and she was like, oh, so they on here? And I really think that she started to text him around the time when she was watching, so that she can kind of like open that door for them, because she contacted them. Like, she was using it as bait. Like, hey, text me. And she probably didn't know we were in a bad time, and he bit. So,
Have your kids seen the show?
Hell no.
So they haven't seen it at all?
No, they really want to, because my son is so into, like, because I released my song, he wants to see me perform. He wants it, but the performance was done in such a violent way afterwards. It's hard for me to even let him enjoy that.
Does your son, they don't have social media, or they're not on social media?
My son's on social media, but
you don't think they saw that?
No,
I mean, you're a very active mother in your kid's life, and I know that your daughter. No,
he has a Instagram, but it's on my account. He don't know the code to that.
Okay.
So it appears that they have one, but it's on me.
So how do you think your position in the show is portrayed to women? Like, do you think you're portrayed as a victim? Do you think you're portrayed as somebody who's a great example for women who go through a relationship that's tumultuous and that has infidelity? How do you think?
I don't know. I really don't know. It was really raw for me. It was real for me. So I'm still trying to figure out myself. But I know I get a lot of direct messages about women that's going through the exact same thing. So they make me feel so much better. It's like we're helping each other. Just knowing that I am not alone in this situation helps me. So they don't even understand that. Like, it really does. I'm like, oh, you going through this shit too? Like, let's do this,
I would definitely say that you come off as a mama bear, like a lioness, trying to protect her, her family, and that you're not going to let this chick, even though you're forgiving Willie's transgressions, and it's difficult to do so because they're being aired out for the entire world to see, you're still like, but I'm not going to let this shake the foundation of my family. I have kids. They need their father, and I need my husband. So as a viewer who just really signed on and became absorbed in this whole thing, I can attest to that's how you do come off. And I really, really, really felt terrible for you this last episode, because I felt like you were completely like taken advantage of and bamboozled, and just like,
yeah,
it was difficult to watch. I mean, Tiara kind of looked like she had your back, because security definitely
she did. And I really thank her for that, because I had no idea it was going to happen the way that it did. Like, I really thought that this was just a moment for my music. I mean, I've been doing music forever, and they kept like stressing like, this is about you, this is about you. So they never really told me she was going to be there. So I was kind of, I felt like I was set up in a sense.
And I know after the fight, I called you and we had a conversation. Yeah. I know like you were ready to quit the show.
I was ready to quit, because I felt like after all of the bullshit that I dealt with already on this show.
And the schedule of filming the show is so intense. And, to go through all that and to not be able to have your story played out.
Jesus Christ. Like, I came into the season thinking like, it was going to be about my music, and it was going to be about whatever this is. And of course it's love and hip hop. So I expected something. But damn, at least let me get my moment without this rat bitch. Right, she's fucking like already embarrassing. It's totally embarrassing.
So, Jill, you were going to say
something. She took the words right out of my mouth, like she did. But no. But I will say,
better than putting something in your mouth.
I will say that was a good ass wig because I didn't think that was a wig until it came off.
It would actually slide before it came off because I saw the preview and I'm
your
like,
braids
is that
was clean and neat.
Sliding? Oh no, don't slide on me, sister girl. Don't do it. Don't do it.
First of all, I was standing behind her. She came on set like Stoney and left like McLeo.
That's what I called
you know
Melissa
what?
Today.
When it happened in between, because I could have gotten up from that fight and got on top of that bitch and started working her. Let me tell you, I could have, but I was so pissed that my wig came off. I didn't want to come up. I was like, I'm not coming up to this motherfucker.
And let's be clear, I was standing right there. She didn't get beat up.
No, not at all.
She
didn't hit me.
She could have had a good handle on the hair.
And eventually she didn't have me at all because the wig was off.
Mm-hmm. And it's so dope because even when your wig came off, your braids was fresh.
Well, let's say like in all rules, VH1 does have like a zero, believe it or not, a zero tolerance of violence kind of thing. but look. Hold on, Shonda. They do have a meeting with us and tell us that they do, and it's
man.
But look,
shit.
I will say, no, look. If we get into conflict, or even Shonda's climbed across tables this season, that's one thing. Yeah. But I think after this fight, was she fired from the show after that fight? Because I haven't seen her since.
I don't know. I guess she was no longer needed.
Because she wouldn't stop. Like they were multiple times. Like that process of breaking them up lasted for a long time.
Even off.
Yeah, they were like, let her go. Kaisha, she was like, I ain't got her. She got me. You better believe I had that motherfucking doodoo ass hair she had in her.
Yo, when she first said at the restaurant, confessed her love. And you went to fight to punch her?
Because first of all, you've already come to me and you told me about, you sleeping with my husband.
Ooh, and then you gonna add emotion on it?
And then you're going to tell me that you love my husband and my fucking, like, that's too much. Ooh. Like, I didn't want to even do it. I wanted to come here and just talk,
But I think
it was my anger, it was boiling. I was boiling because she said so much more that they edit, out. Like she was like, they do this threesome. Oh, Shonda, you should join us.
I literally had to take a deep breath watching that scene because I was angry for you.
No, I think the problem is that, at least in sitting back watching it, and there's other scenes that got cut for whatever reason, but like it's almost like they just kept poking you
me on purpose.
with this girl, and it built up to last night. I mean, that was coming. It was inevitable.
I was embarrassed of her. Like, ew, why would you screw this bitch? Like, can she be at least like she's like raggedy as hell, the trash of Chicago.
At least be a Nicki baby or something.
Nah, you know what?
Does that?
This girl, when they cheat on us, they always cheat on us with the dustiest ass bitch ever in life.
I couldn't believe
dusty, just granny draws.
You reminiscing right now.
So
Stop.
Oh shit! You saw my eyes glaze over.
I have another question. Okay, so after you get in a fight with the girl, and you have to now go home to your husband,
I slapped the shit out of his ass.
Good for you.
You
girl.
did.
So what was that like? So you got home you got home and what happened?
I was heated. I was so upset because first of all, you got me in this situation. Secondly, she's ruining my moment with her dusty ass. I was just heated. I was heated. And
the last thing we saw on Monday night was that you wrote a letter to him.
Yeah, I wrote a letter.
So how did it feel to sit down and write those words to your husband?
I was kind of hurtful because I know our relationship is bigger than like a sexual connection. We have like history. I was 17 when I started to date him.
And you have how many kids together?
31 today.
How many kids?
I have 2 children by him. We have so much more than just any sexual connection. So it really hurt the fact that you even allowed this to happen, because prior to doing this show, I asked him, I said, is there anything?
Is there any receipt that's going to pop up?
I need to know prior to doing this. Mm-hmm. And he said no.
So you felt betrayed?
I felt super,
And so then it
betrayed. I felt like...
I mean, looking at the
maybe
story now.
Maybe he forgot about it.
No, my fucking forgot about it.
And looking at the story now, I mean, I asked Treva, one of our producers, yesterday, just kind of like, because I knew I was going to interview today. I was trying to get some dirt out of like, okay, what's going to happen? Yeah. So it looks like in the letter you were separating.
Yes, I needed a break. It was too much at one time. So it was too much.
How did you explain that to your kids? I mean, did you separate as he moved out the house, or did you separate like we're in the same house but we're not going to sleep together? Or you're going to?
Well, we went to Chicago for like 3 weeks.
I did remember that.
We went to Chicago, and he was at his family's, I was at mine. I'm not the type of person where I'm going to keep my kids away from their father. I don't care what happens. They have like the greatest connection. I've always had my father in my life, so I know the importance of having a father. So they will never know.
Well, they are when they can see the show.
You're not going to see this.
You're not wearing a ring
right now. At some point, they're going to
whatever.
Google Mama.
By the time that he's able or want to do that, he'll already know the deal.
But you don't think your kids deserve to know what's going on within their home with their family, or
we're separated. We're not divorced. So it's different. Like when we decide to not want to be together, if that's what we decide to do, then that's when they'll know. But until we figure it out, I don't think they need to know.
And they never ask, like, where's Daddy?
The ins and outs of what we're doing.
So y'all on some Ghost and Tasha shit right now?
I don't. You know what? Don't chew me up. I don't even watch it.
Oh,
well, I just started watching.
All right,
so
I don't know anything about that.
So the kids still have a relationship enough to where they see him to not have to ask, "Where's Daddy?"
As much as they would like.
I love how you treated all of this like a real grown ass woman. Gio, you had a question.
I was saying, like, I was looking at that Beyonce finger, and I don't see no ring.
Why is it called a Beyonce finger? Oh, okay. Put a ring on it. Right. Sorry, my bad.
Right.
So where is your ring?
Okay, to be honest with you, when I was pregnant with my daughter, I took my ring off because it didn't fit no more. I put it in my glove compartment driving to Detroit with Willie. I valeted my car. I came back. It was gone.
Oh my God.
So it's not gone because you're mad at him and you took it off?
No, I didn't wear it. I haven't worn it since I lost it. And I didn't want him to get me another one because I didn't feel it was a very expensive ring. And I was like, I feel bad. I don't think so.
Well, I think in order for Willie to get out of the doghouse at the reunion, he needs to do what Milan tried to do with Miles.
I don't think he should do that because until we're right for real, because this shit's real. This shit ain't for no TV.
Right, but
this shit ain't for nobody else but me. And if he knows where we are by that time, then he knows what to do.
Yeah, I mean, but he is in the relationship as much as you are, and if he wants to fight for it, he can get on that knee and try.
He's fighting. He got to pass the first step first because he's still trying.
Okay, so look, let's go down the list. So I think we've talked about that to death. I'm
angry every day. Ask him,
and I will say that
to get his ass.
I hope for the sake of real life in your family that you guys get back together.
Me too.
But I also hope in this experience that Willie learns the value of being honest, because I really feel like once you own it, like. I come on the show and I say everything. I just keep it all the way 1,000. Once you own it and you put it out there, what can happen? I mean, you just put it out there.
And then he tells me like it was his friends that was just encouraging the fact that he shouldn't have told the truth. Like that's
okay. Well, then he needs new friends. God damn it.
Yeah, like what you mean? Don't tell the fucking truth. Are you serious?
What do his friends
like?
It's
deeper and it's more for me than Kyesha. Kyesha could have been Jenny. Kyesha could have been Sarah.
Becky with
Teresa,
the good hair.
Becky could have been anybody. Yeah. She's not the problem. My problem is with Willie and how you handle
there's
the situation.
A scene that was cut out of this season I'll just talk about where I actually confronted Willie about it because I had heard about it.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, but I mean I'm a really good read of people. Mm-hmm. And when I turned that
body language was
when I turned that corner and I said, so congratulations on everything you're working on, but I heard that you were cheating on your wife. She was there. His body language. I mean, I thought he was gonna hit me. I said, well, damn, I'm making sure security because I ain't having a wig moment with, But I saw from him, like what I saw was he was really uncomfortable with anybody believing he wasn't perfect in his relationship.
Wow. Why, my nigga?
I don't know. I just really got from him. I mean, it was in the eyes. It was in the body language. And she was really sitting back. Like what I love about you in it is that you're not naive. You're not playing this dumb bitch who doesn't know anything. Like you're really present in the experience and like this is what we're going through, and I could tell because of the imbalance it's that he's not there, so hopefully he gets there. Because I like Willie.
It's really hard because everybody thinks like I'm being I'm attacking her, she's her, whatever. I gave her an opportunity. I would give anybody I would rather her have called me or contacted me outside the show, and I would respect her a lot more
There was only one season for me, one episode for me with you guys that really threw me off as a viewer. When you guys were outside talking, you went outside to meet her. You guys were by a car or something.
Yes,
and you were able to let her do all that talking, and then you just walked away. I was like,
no, because I was
bitch would have got stunned.
I did say a couple things like, because she kept saying shit that was just like, I'm like, bitch, knock it off. Because they took out the part where she claimed that they were talking about a threesome, and she's like, and I would have wanted you to be involved. I said, bitch, you got me fucked up. I would never dare fuck a bitch like you. And I'm so embarrassed that he considered that shit, or he did that shit, whatever, I'm so embarrassed. I'm like, because this ain't the type of bitch we do that with, like,
Have you guys had a threesome before?
Because you just opened that door.
You sure did.
I did. And no, but no.
Let's talk about it. You had that threesome. Let's go on and talk about it.
No, I said no.
If they did, that wouldn't be the type of bitch.
That's what I'm saying.
First of all, like I said, I'm a good
judge.
We're
married. I mean, we, been married for a while, and let's spice it up. We've talked about it.
Shonda, look at me real quick. I'm really good at body language and reading people.
I'm still talking.
So, what was that experience like when you all had that threesome?
We didn't have a threesome. You can't put that in my mouth. I didn't say that. I said she brought it up, and I was pissed off about it. It just because they didn't show it, that don't mean she ain't say it. So I was pissed off.
So how she look when y'all had the threesome?
I didn't have a threesome with that ugly bitch.
Not her.
We're talking about her.
So, I believe in honesty. That's the only way to get to heaven.
I get pissed every time I talk about it.
Honesty is the only way you get to heaven.
Amen.
So you're saying, for the record, you guys have never had a threesome?
No, Jason.
Have you ever given him a hall pass where you say, okay, this week you can go get some new pussy, but that's it?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. And you've never given him, he's never given you the hall pass where you go and do it?
Don't look like you upset about it. Listen.
Okay, so in your relationship with the whole infidelity, would you ever allow him? Like, would you ever be able to be in a relationship where you say, okay, we've been together for almost 20 years?
Not anymore. Not since you've lied to me.
Okay, but before, he could have probably got a hall pass.
I know anything is possible. I mean, I don't know. My mind is not there anymore, even to think that that's even an option.
Okay, so let's talk about some of our cast members. So reunion's coming up. Reunion's crazy. Last season, Shanda and everybody tried to jump Moniece.
I didn't try to jump Moniece.
Y'all was all.
I gave my opinion about her being a mother, in which I shouldn't have, because I wouldn't want nobody to give me an opinion about being a mom. So I called her and I apologized to her for even voicing my opinion, because that wasn't my place. I
was in my dressing room. You would have thought they were herding cattle downstairs because everybody was running.
And then I had Hennessy. And
okay, so we this season at our reunion we're at a 5-drink maximum. We don't get more than 5 drinks. Did you sign that paper?
That is a lot.
5?
We don't get
I don't. Well, Treva probably gonna make mine too.
In a 16-hour shoot day, 5 drinks is not a lot.
Oh, then it's not. Yeah, you're right.
So my plan this season, maybe we could do this. We can meet in the lobby beforehand. Pre-game.
You got my number. Just call me, because I'm always down for
I'll bring
us.
the bottles.
She's hot.
So let's go down the list of some of our cast members. Moniece Slaughter.
Yes.
Friend or foe? What's your relationship with her?
We cool.
Do you fuck with her? Like, is that your homie?
You know what? We've talked, and I can't really say that I fuck with her, but I respect her.
Okay.
As a mother.
Okay. Brandy, Lil Brandy.
That's my friend.
Okay, Princess.
I love Princess, my girl.
You weren't at the wedding.
I was not. I was in Chicago.
Okay, you were in Chicago. Nikki Baby.
That's my boo.
Nia.
Boo.
Tierra.
Boo.
Well, who the fuck don't you like besides Kaisha?
I don't.
Lyrica is new.
Oh, Lyrica.
I love Lyrica.
Yeah, I love Lyrica too.
She's I don't dislike anybody. The only animosity I had was with Moniece, and I felt like I was wrong for even voicing my opinion, whether it was true or not. You know what I'm saying? So what
do you think about Lil Brandy giving away her kids' money and buying a store? Not giving away, but buying.
I would have never done something like that, because it's just, who knows if I'm gonna be able to replace that. I wouldn't have taken it. And if I would have, I'm just giving it I would have only taken a portion, not the entire.
Moniece is she's gonna have a field day with that at the reunion.
I know she is, and that's not okay, but you know what?
I'm gonna be sitting back. We're gonna be sitting back with that popcorn.
She gonna do what she gonna do, because Brandy. She feel like, haha, got you, bitch.
So Safari, what do you think about Safari?
Funny. He's funny as hell.
He was here last week.
So funny. We did the VH1 Live, and I'm like, this dude is hilarious.
He was like climbing all over.
He was on the tables. He was like, I'm gonna be seen, and he changed twice. I mean, no, he did a change. He had a Right. I'm like, oh, we can have a wardrobe change.
Safari's a production. I mean, the thing that we missed the moment last week was that we didn't get him drunk. But you know what I forgot? We got Shonda in the house, and we actually have a gift for her that we forgot about. So we brought you a gift.
We do. So this is a new thing that we're doing with our guests is we are giving gifts that are customized to our guests, their experiences, and just kind of
shit.
And when we had our meeting and we were talking about you and, you know, our sponsors, Floyd Mayweather, you know, you fight bitches on TV. We had to think, like, what is the thing that would be best for Shonda? So we got a gift for you.
And I think that we nailed it. So
it's not hot sauce, the baseball bat.
In the event that Willie pisses you off ever again, or you run into...
Shout out to Anise for the gift wrapping.
Yeah. Or you run into Kaisha.
I got to see what this is, okay?
This is all you need.
I knew it!
This is all you need,
bitch, I'm gonna beat your ass when I see you.
With a left hand, just a left hand, that's it.
And so
that's all I need.
And so if for any reason Willie tries, you know, you don't get back with Willie and times get hard, we'll get you signed with the money team and you can knock bitches out professionally.
I don't even know if I can handle that, but thank you.
Just close your eyes and swing.
She had a nice jab too. You see her jab? Hit her with a jab.
Okay, so look, let's talk about music really quick. So your song, the song that we heard this week,
Closer, yes.
I really like that song.
Thank
Not
you.
mad at that song, Shana.
I wrote that song prior to knowing any of this. I was just sitting there and I was vibing. I was like, I love this track. I just wanted to sing my heart, how I felt things were.
About Willie.
About my life, about my relationship and how I feel about him. And it was just like, that's what that was for me. It was just a moment. And that was actually like a raw, like it's no mixing. I was like, I like the emotion that I gave when I sang it. And that's what it was.
And when the show aired, it was number 26 on iTunes and moving up.
It was moving up. It got to thing 17. My son was telling me. He was like, it's on 17, mommy. He was like, you before it. I mean, you Janet Jackson, you love her, but you beating Janet Jackson. I was
like, shit. A lot of people are beating Janet. Come out with a new fucking album in the 20s.
Stop it. I love Janet. Dude,
I digress.
Do no wrong with me.
She is married to a billionaire.
She
is
do
no wrong with me.
And
That's
she's trying
my
to
bag.
get pregnant at 50. Leave Janet alone.
Yes.
Okay. So question. So both you and Willie are artists. So
yes.
Where's the joint?
I was gonna say they need a Fire and Desire.
No,
they need a Fire and Desire.
We have a lot of music together.
Yes. Fire and Desire would be amazing.
So slow. Fire and Desire. Right now, the passion is real, the anger is real, the pain is real. I'm telling you, Tina Marie and Rick, I know they was on some good crack when they did Fire and Desire. Y'all need to go in the studio and just knock that out.
That would be really
I
amazing.
agree. I mean, it's well overdue. I mean, but with this being my like debut, like in a sense, no one.
It's all about you right now.
It's about me. Screw that. He had his moment.
Well, since you do got that raw emotion right now, I think you should just knock it out for future.
We will.
But they got a lot of songs.
Because I respect him as a writer, as an artist. He's he's so talented. I think one of the most talented.
And he's a nice guy too.
In his industry, he's the most talented that I've seen in a long time.
I concur.
In a long time. So I would never take that away from him. I don't care what he does to me. He's an amazing artist.
And when you guys have a threesome, you're going to record it and put it out. I mean, next season, we got to start thinking ahead here. Come on now.
I am not making any porn.
Do you think that Mimi planned on hanging from that shower curtain?
I think it was what about this move?
Right.
I think it was like something spontaneous. Like, how about this? Let's do that.
So for the audience that looks at our show and say that shit's fake, can we just tell them like this shit is real?
It's not, y'all. If I could tell you anything, this shit was not fake. This was real for me. So real for me to the point where I'm still reliving it as you guys are watching it. And this happened how long ago? I don't know. In May?
Months, yeah.
I don't know. But I'm reliving it. This is real. This happened to me for real.
It's funny how people look at the show and go, man, this shit is so phony. Like, you thought I wanted to throw a drink on a bitch?
Well, exactly. And they're like, right.
Can I ask
for
a question?
You thought I got cut and got that good haircut to come throw a drink on a bitch? Like, this shit?
Oh, you thought my wig came off on purpose?
Jason and Sean, this is a question I always want to ask. In y'all confessionals, the most annoying shit that all y'all motherfuckers do. Talk with your motherfucking. Are you landing a plane?
No.
Bitch, what the fuck?
So
directing traffic.
If like when you watch Basketball Wives and they're sitting there like this, I don't know why Shani came in and said that to me because
stupid.
It looks boring.
Yeah.
On our show, when we do our green screen, you can say it in your words. They suggest some things you can say in terms of how you may feel, because they have to remind us.
Right.
Sometimes we shoot green screens months after we shoot the scene. You forget.
Right. Yeah.
And so in the scene, I mean, you want to give some attitude, so you're just kind of like doing your thing.
And Mad Face Jones is good at it. Brandy, that's what I call Brandy. Mad
She'd be
Face
like,
Jones.
turning her hand and her finger. I'd be like, I love it. She's so funny.
She's hilarious. Even when we didn't get along, I enjoyed watching her because she's just comedy. Like, she's this small, she's fucking growling
and I'm
all the
looking
time.
at her and I'm like, this is really her. You could tell it's really her. Like, she's very passionate about her family.
You're good this season in your green screen, by the way. I actually thought about that, and that you bring it up. I actually thought about that when I was watching. You look pretty good.
Thank you.
Because I'm telling you, it's frustrating doing this show. Like, you're full of anxiety every time you got to go to set.
I don't know how you guys do it. Honestly, I don't know.
I don't know how I've done it.
I was almost on there.
I'll tell you how to do it.
Yessie.
Ciroc and Hennessy.
I was almost on there, but I was like,
what happened?
I had my audition. I had my meeting with Treva, and I just never happened.
Doing Love and Hip Hop is like shooting dice. You never know what's going to happen. And
I feel like it's more like playing Russian roulette.
It can be, and sometimes like when your storyline gets as tumultuous as theirs has, you literally are playing Russian roulette every time you show up to set, because you don't know. Like,
I don't know. I have to ask, like,
we're
am
not
I by myself or am I filming with someone else?
And we're not supposed to talk, and we don't talk scenes, but I am good for saying, you want to have lunch today? Nah, I got to work. Okay, cool. So I'm in the scene with you.
Yeah, right?
I just
Jason hates surprises. He hates them.
Why?
He always thinks he's being set up.
When I'm surprised or set up, I throw a drink, because I just can't handle it. It's,
You didn't throw a drink on me when I got you the Kiehl's products and the face mask.
First of all, we're real friends, and like, let's keep it 1,000. I'm not real friends with these people on the show. I don't act like the people that I say I'm cool with. Like, if you see me in the scene with Nikki and we're saying we're cool, we're really cool. Me and Nikki, we hang out, we travel, we're friends. Rosa's a friend of mine, you know. So like, you're not gonna see me like hanging out with Soulja Boy, like, oh, what's up? Like, we're not friends, we're not enemies, we just aren't friends.
Right.
I've seen Soulja. I've been on the show for 2 years now. I've seen Soulja Boy in person 3 times.
Wow. And 2 times at the reunion?
Once at the reunion. Okay. Once I came out of the bathroom and hit a corner, and he was just popped up, and we both stopped. Because like, you have to remember, like, do I got beef with you? Like.
Right. Was I involved in your story when you didn't like her?
We both just kind of stopped and looked at each other, and then was like, all right. And then the last time was...
That's how I felt last season, though, because with Princess and Tiara, it's like last season I was obviously sided with Princess, which I love, and this season I'm like, I got Tiara here supporting me. I'm like, I feel like really awkward right now because they just put me involved.
And what's so crazy is the audience will go, that bitch ain't loyal. And it's like, you can't control who you become cool with, people last season didn't understand why I flipped Nikki off and said her vagina can tell stories, and then all of a sudden I'm on a plane with her on the way to Vegas. Well,
why did you say that?
Hilarious.
Because I got pissed, and I got betrayed, and I got ambushed, and I felt attacked. Okay. And I'm sure if I, this season, if I get attacked or ambushed, I'm probably gonna say some other reckless shit. But with Nikki, what the audience didn't see, and of course our producers, it's amazing they didn't show it. Her brother died mid-season.
Yes. And
I connected with her on that, and I felt for her,
Me too. So. I could not imagine.
Crazy, right?
Yes.
Here's one question: is what made you and Willie make the decision to not include the kids?
That was my decision.
Yeah.
They kept asking. They kept saying sign the release and things like that. I was like, no, thank you. My kids have a real future and real goals, and I'm not putting them on this negative based show, because my story was negative this season for me, and I'm not allowing.
It's not about you packing up the kids and having a picnic in Malibu at all.
It's not. And if it was, then by all means, it will be there doing cartwheels, flips, flip football. But we'll talk about that stuff. It was involving my kids.
You brought up a really important thing that I think we tend to overlook, and it's the kids that don't play on the show. So, Moniece did Check Yourself, and she was talking about Brandy. No, there was a scene, not Check Yourself. Sorry. There's a scene where Moniece is in with Fizz, and she refers to Brandy and Max's family as being ugly, and she even says the ugly fucking kid.
Moniece said that?
Hold on.
I missed that part.
So you saw that.
I saw that.
What do you think about that?
I think that was the most fucked up thing you could say to someone. Like, don't fuck with my kids. And I'm not siding with the two, but I understand why Brandy is so upset, because that's her everything. That's her baby, and I wish somebody would fucking tell me that my baby ain't the cutest thing in the world, because that's my fucking baby, and I'm gonna beat your fucking ass into a bloody pulp and be sitting behind bars like I'm good.
Let me say this. Let me say this. I'm not the one. I'm not the one to ask. If you ask me if your baby is cute and your kid's not cute, I'm going to say no. But hold on. But I will
until you have your own, like
yeah.
You create
if I have an ugly baby, I'll be like, just don't look at the nigga. but let me say this. I will say Brandy and Max's kid is cute, and Tina Knowles, Beyonce's mom, went on Instagram and posted a picture of her baby and said, "This cute baby." Now you know,
yes.
Tina Knowles did that. Now I'm gonna just say, once it gets to the Knowles level,
back to Beyonce.
He always finds a segue.
Might try to kill your career, but I will say I called Moniece about that.
I talked to her too,
and I said to her, you better start thinking about the reunion, because I don't give a fuck what happens on this show. When you attack somebody's kid like that, nobody's gonna support that. Like, you can't go that low that you say your fucking baby is ugly. But she's
a mother. She has a son of her own. She should understand how that would feel. But you know, when people are trying to hurt someone, they dig deep and they hit them very low, and she knew that would hurt.
And I think to Moniece's credit, offline, she feels bad about it now, but she gonna have to stand on her own 2 feet at the reunion.
Okay, I'm sorry, I have a question. What provoked her? Because really nothing could provoke somebody to say something. What provoked her to say that? I think
from Moniece's perspective, I feel like like we talk about her on this show because she's very active online.
Yes.
I think that she's exhausted with the show in general, and I think she's exhausted with being the central point of drama, but she creates a lot of it. And I said to her, I think you throw a rock and hide your hand, and then people say fuck you and they come for you. But I think that she does things like this that you just hit such a low that now you're gonna be the focus of conversation at the reunion.
Yeah.
And I don't think people are gonna stand behind that at all. And it's unfortunate. But shout out to Brandy and Max, who have found a way to not go postal.
Yeah.
Because I think when you come for people's kids,
all bets are off.
And I told Moniece when I actually spoke with her, I'm like, you need to mend that, because you don't have to be friends, but you do need to mend that. Like,
I said the same thing.
Yeah,
I said before you even let the thunder and lightning come at you at that reunion, you better be fast before you say anything.
I'm sorry for.
But because I'm gonna tell you, when I threw the drink on Hazel. Ray J came to me backstage and he said, so what you gonna do? I said, I'm gonna blow this fucking stage up and go home. He said, no, you got to go out there and take responsibility, and you better do it before anybody comes for you. And I did that, but I really meant it too. But he kind of told me that, so I passed that advice on to her. But I don't think with Max and Brandy that that's gonna be an option.
I think it got really far. I think it's gone too far.
Yeah, it's outside the show now.
It's gone too far.
Yeah,
I'm like, that's not safe for the innocent kids that's involved now, because you spoke on someone's child.
Yeah, I couldn't see anybody forgiving that.
So,
I really couldn't.
So if Moniece would have came for your kids, would you guys be able to?
I just told you, if anybody come for my fucking kids, bloody pope, and I will be behind bars, because motherfuckers, hell no. That's my everything. Those are my life, and I dare you to try it. And if you want to try me now, you got me pissed. You want to try me now?
So I was going to say, for all of you watching and listening to the show, that's how our producers get us riled up on some shit that ain't even our business.
Yeah. I just did that shit right now.
So at the reunion,
punching me.
I mean, I'm going to be sitting there with cocktails and popcorn, because this shit is going to be live.
When's the reunion?
We shoot it August 5th. October 5th.
6th.
No, October 5th. We shoot it October 5th
during that week. Yeah.
Damn, I wish I was going to be in New York.
My asthma been acting up. I gotta get on this treadmill, so my endurance is high.
Yeah,
you gotta know how to run, dodge, swing. I mean, this shit is.
I said that I wasn't going to show up if this bum bitch comes.
I'm wondering if she's going to pop up.
Ain't no popping up, because I've already said, because I need to put a restraining order against this whore. Because it's gotten too much. Like, you charging at me, like you're mad at me for fucking my husband.
Well, I will say, you better have a sew-in. Just in case. No,
I'm not gonna have nothing, because we don't need to be fighting about this shit no more. She don't need to be there. I don't need to be there. If she's there, that's fine. I won't be.
I just say come like this, cornrows.
I like those. Actually, they look really good.
Or we can just build a plexiglass wall, and put her behind that, and just have her talk through it.
What more could she say?
I just don't think there's anything else she can say.
She can't say who cares what you think anymore.
I feel like, if I could just say, I feel like she's going to be there. She's going to pop.
I feel like that too, because it's Love and Hip Hop.
That's true. I mean, after that last fight, though, I was just like, okay, this is too much. This is too much. Like
it's too much.
Everybody involved in it now is just like, okay, it's too much. At this point, you're trying to aid and abet an assault on Shonda. Right. Like, if you put her in the reunion, you just want her to get hit.
What did I do to you?
Yeah.
I didn't do shit to you. Right. You did something to me. I should be the angry one.
Listen, honey, I have been on the receiving end of that level of jealousy, and it's fucking ugly.
Kaisha reminds me of the time I caught chlamydia. Like, it came right back.
So you had chlamydia?
Yeah, I caught it twice.
Like everybody's had chlamydia.
The second time
I've never had chlamydia. That's not something we just go around and say we have.
Most men have had
Hollywood Unlocked Uncensored.
I get it, but I'll say somebody else had
chlamydia when I was 15. That's it.
You don't know this.
Never had.
You don't know this, but Willie's had chlamydia.
Disgusting.
Every man has had it. No, I don't know. I mean, I'm just assuming.
Okay, yeah, because men can be carriers.
I was gonna say, and the fuck when.
And
not like I have a receipt. Like,
thank God I've never had. I get all these type of papers in my face lately.
Yeah, men can definitely be carriers and not know it. So there is the chance that he's had it.
Shout out to all the carriers in the country. So anyway, we have to go, but I'm so glad that Shonda came on. I'm glad that you're setting as positive a role model for women as you can in the context of love and hip hop.
Yes.
And I love the fact that you are not on social media trying to drag him and be the example that some people probably expect you to be.
Yeah.
And your music is good.
I'm not gonna drag him for what.
And you can sing, Shonda. You can sing, and she can dance.
I can't wait till I can get on stage. That's my everything. Performing, I can perform better than I can do singing.
You guys should have a dance off right now because
we're not having a dance off right now.
Are you serious?
And I gained 50 pounds too. Give it that work.
Okay, so thank you for coming, and tell Willie we want to interview him too. If you talk to him.
I talk to him all the time.
Tell me we want to interview him.
Got you.
We're going to ask him about all kinds of shit.
Please do drag it. He going to be sweating. His vein going to come out. He going to be uncomfortable. He going to start moving in his chair. He going to ask for a drink. He going to be like, why we talking about that? He going
All right, so we're out of here. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.